I'm Emily Hagan here reporting live from Los Angeles for Click on This. I'm standing with the director of photography, Mike Straczynski. He's Polish. I hope I didn't butcher that name.
No.
Also the producer on a companion film called Chronology. They're currently in Los Angeles doing a lot of pre-production. He's going to tell me a little bit about his style.
European.
European. What does that mean exactly?
It's, I don't know how to describe an European school of cinematography, you know.
The Europeans always do it right artistically, in my opinion.
I hope so.
And where do you draw your inspiration?
You know, the European cinematography culture and drawings and all this stuff from everywhere.
Cool. And now what do you have planned for this week? Do you have a lot to do?
Yeah, we have a lot of pre-production meetings with the rest of our producers and directors. We need to discuss all these DP styles, and we have also casting open.
Cool, and he actually has to leave and go to a film fest right now to possibly win another award.
Yeah, thank you very much once again.
So good luck, and thank you so much, Mike. Hey, I'm hanging out with Johnny Alonzo today, and you may recognize him. He plays Kaz in Gotham.
Yeah. How are you?
Welcome to Los Angeles, a lot different from Brooklyn.
Yes, it is. It's nice to be back.
He's involved in the Chronology film, and he's going to tell us a little bit about his part.
Well, it's very hard for me to explain. We're still locking down the main lead names, lead actors. So we can't really announce anything yet. But yes, we're definitely all involved. Everybody you see here on this interview for Click on This.
For Click on This.
Yes, has some kind of part or is involved within this ensemble cast.
Thanks for that shout out.
No, you got it.
I like what you did there.
Emily, no problem.
So how long have you known the directors and the producers?
I've known them for at least 5 years. I mean,
Cool.
We've been talking about this Chronology project for about 4. I remember when I was working on their first film, Derek and Kip's collaboration film called Coffin. They mentioned, I remember being on set and Derek was like, hey man, I need to talk to you about something. And I was like, shit, no. What? They pulled me aside and they said, listen, we're kind of working on a project called Chronology. Nothing's set yet. But when it does come to fruition, hopefully we can talk to you.
Well, that's a good conversation.
It's a great conversation. In the past 4 years, we've been talking about it. We've been pumping it on Twitter a little bit, little dibs on Facebook, social media stuff. But yeah, we've been putting out little blurbs and little blips, and people have been getting some information and getting a little hype going with it.
So Chronology isn't currently cast completely, but they did have the pleasure of casting Patrick Barnett, who I am now going to be speaking to. He's one of the actors that they have cast. Congratulations.
Thank you so much, Emily. I'm excited to be a part of it.
Now, how was your audition?
It was fantastic. You know, it's been a lifelong audition because I've been auditioning for a long time and I've been acting for a while, and I've done a couple of films with Kip and Derek. Did our film Coffin a couple years ago with Kevin Sorbo and Bruce Davison, and we've been a kind of a production team for a long time.
You must have been a pleasure to work with on set the first time that they brought you back.
Yeah, as far as that's the feedback I got from everybody.
Are you playing a similar character in this film?
You know what? I don't know yet, but you know what? I'm really excited to be working with these guys again because we had a blast on Coffin, and it's going to be exciting. We're pumped up.
And what are you most pumped about?
Well, I'm pumped up about the story because the story to me is it's very sort of like a very it reminded me of like David Fincher and David Lynch.
My two favorite directors.
Phenomenal. And the story is a very puzzle-like story, which appeals to me. It's kind of a supernatural thriller, and I love going to the movies and seeing that kind of stuff.
Cool. Well, congratulations, and we can't wait to see you on the big screen.
Thank you so much.
I'm here with the men behind it all, and when I say behind it all, I mean I'm standing here with the producers and directors of Chronology, the movie. Introduce yourselves, gentlemen.
Derek Ringo.
And Kip Tribble.
And Kip, you actually wrote the film.
Yes.
And it's been a long journey, I've heard. Tell me a little bit about what inspired you.
This has been a really long journey, like 10 years, around 10 years. First came up with the idea, started out with just a scene. Guy leaves a New Year's Eve party, comes back into the room, and everything's flashed forward 6 years later.
Was this a real life thing that happened? Or
No.
is it imaginative?
No.
So, yeah.
I'm like, was this a New Year's party you guys went to together?
No, that's usually a blackout situation.
I want to party wherever you're going.
So, built a screenplay around that, wasn't quite working. wrote the other side of this story because he flashes forward 6 years, the other guy flashes backwards. Turned out to be about 170 pages, which in screenwriting we call that a little fat. So we
That's
came
a big script. What's a typical script for all of our viewers out there?
90 to 120.
Okay.
Yeah. And so we came up with the idea to split them in half, shoot them as one big project. They're companion films, and telling each side of the story.
So now are companion films a thing? Is that a new thing?
No, not really.
That I think
This
is-
could be one of the first.
Absolutely.
Yes.
I think that's what makes us so excited about about this film, and the whole concept is so innovative and and exciting. And to our knowledge, it's neither prequel or sequel. They're actually companion films that kind of weave a story together. So you're with each film tells a full story with full arc, but when watched either one before the other before the other, however you want to word it, they complete the entire story, and that's what excites us about this. So, yeah.
And have you guys planned out how you're going to space them apart when you release both, or are they going to be at the same time?
We've talked about the idea of bringing back the old double feature and putting them both out at the exact same time. And again,
that's
you don't have to
cool.
watch one before the other. You decide and then go see the other one.
So it's kind of a new take on the old double feature. So
Yeah.
How interesting. Old meets new.
That's right.
There you go.
So tell me about what you have going on. You're in Los Angeles working on the pre-production. How's the casting process been? You have a few actors that you've cast, but you're meeting with some big names this week.
It's a daunting task. We are very fortunate to have our wonderful executive producers out here from Post in Poland, and we've gotten incredible support from them, and the Post and Film Commission who got this ball rolling. The true men behind the project, and
A lot of pieces to the
a
puzzle.
lot of pieces, just like the story.
Especially in 10 years.
It started out as one small film, then one big giant film, and then two films, and it went through. At one time we were going to be shooting over in Posen, Poland. Decided they wanted to shoot over here. We're shooting in the south, so those are more rewrites.
Very different environments.
Yeah.
The South and Poland.
Yeah, it's gone through a lot of transformations.
Well, it will be we will have. We're trying to, again, not relinquish all of our secrets, but some of it will be shot in Poland, some of it will be shot in the South, and wherever else we can wind up and get the most bang for our buck.
And now for all the aspiring filmmakers out there, what advice would you give them to keep an idea that you had in your head 10 years ago, just as a mini scene? How do you keep believing in that? Because writers definitely doubt themselves a lot.
Yes, and
Artists in general.
Yeah.
I do very much so doubt myself, but it's an idea that always stuck with me. For advice for writers in particular, work on it. If it's not working, I literally put it away for 2 years, and we would go do another film, come back to
You
it,
got to walk away
rework
sometimes.
it, and that's why it took that long, because then each rewrite would take like another year and a half, because there's so many puzzles, and it's about all these people, and they're affected by this phenomenon, and so that's the best thing you can do is put it away, put it away, walk away, and don't be scared to get rid of some of your favorite characters, or
Right.
you're holding on to that one scene, but
Gotta
you're
be willing to
reworking
cut it.
everything against one scene, but you gotta be ready to get rid of it.
And now would you say the film, does it center more around situations or character development?
A lot of character development, but all of those characters and their development is affected by this time switch phenomenon that happens to these two guys. And those two guys, it's not so much about them, it's about everyone around them and how this situation affected them, and for them all trying to make sense of it.
Some of this is actually rooted in actual true life events and accounts
Your
of
New Year's parties.
like our New Year's
parties.
parties. You lose 6 years. I don't know. I mean, that's what happens.
Sometimes you gain 6 years.
I don't know. It just happens.
Yeah.
Well, I'm glad that you've made it through 10 years.
So far.
So we're looking forward to seeing the companion film.
Thank you very much.
Thank
We
you.
really appreciate
Thanks,
it.
guys.
Yeah.
This is Johnny Alonzo, and you are watching Click on This.